It's not just a cave. It's an actual world in Vietnam. So deep that it looks like it's an entrance to a whole other reality.
Encountering the wildest creatures in the dark caves.
Someone climbing up the wall. It's an iceman. It's a ghost.
These people shocked everyone with their stories.
عمي خذها أنا مش سامعك.
Be it the ancient treasures, mysterious bones, and strange remains. They captured everything.
Holy crap. Dude.
And then underneath a skeleton.
There?
Oh, shit, yeah.
So tag along to watch these groundbreaking discoveries that shocked the whole world.
Look at this, Rob. Wow.
Cave Secret. Two men set out on a simple adventure, curious about a 150-foot deep hole they had heard about. As they carefully made their way down, what they found at the bottom took them by surprise.
Came in like Batman.
There, hidden beneath the earth, was a secret cave. Inside, they noticed strange structures, ones that didn't quite seem like something nature would create on its own.
Holy crap. Dude.
The shapes and forms were so unusual, they couldn't help but wonder if something or someone had a hand in crafting them. Surely an unexpected discovery that left them thinking about the mysteries hidden below the surface.
Whoa, the bacon.
Oh, I was looking at it.
Ancient people in caves. A group of friends decided to explore a cave one day, eager to see what might be hidden inside.
Here, look at that.
That is insane.
I need to...
As they went deeper, something unusual caught their attention.
Dude, I've never seen the swirly ones. Holy moly.
The walls of the cave were covered in strange patterns, unlike anything they had seen before.
Yeah, apparently, since the coal was just old organic matter that pressed together, it's just...
It was as if the designs held some kind of meaning, though they couldn't quite figure it out. But that wasn't all. As they looked closer, they found clear evidence that ancient people had once lived in this very cave. It was an unexpected discovery, making them think about the long-lost history of the place and the people who once called it home. Marble Mine. A group of men set out to explore an old marble mine, just looking for a bit of adventure.
Just keep going further down. Oh.
As they made their way deeper inside, they noticed something unusual. Down in the cave, there were some odd structures on the wall that didn't seem to belong in the natural surroundings.
The crystal formation. Whoa.
But as they looked around more, they came across something else: small, purple crystals scattered throughout the area. It became clear to them that they had entered a crystal cave. What started as a casual exploration soon revealed something interesting, leaving them with more to think about than they had expected. Strange structures. While exploring a cave, a man came across something that left him truly surprised.
Look at this, Rob. Wow.
Inside, he discovered strange pointy structures that didn't look like they were naturally formed. They were so perfectly shaped, it seemed unlikely that nature had created them. As he stood there, he tried to figure out what they could be. Could it be something related to science, or something even deeper than that? The unusual formations made him curious, leaving him wondering if there was more to this cave than he had first thought. Devil's Hole.
Check out this crazy river cave we're going into.
Have you ever thought of an underworld hidden inside a mysterious cave? While exploring a cave, a group of speleologists discover a blue hole in the depth that left everyone in shock. Though nobody's sure how the cave just came into existence. They are usually created when rocks collapse and create room for caves to be formed under the water. With the passage of time, these holes keep getting deeper and bigger. And here we are, some years later, exploring one of these sinkholes and considering it a mystery. stalagmite circles. Another mystery deep in a cave left many individuals speechless. In 1990, the group of archaeologists led by Francois Rousseau found these stalagmite circles arranged in semicircles in the Bruniquel cave of southern France. Carefully made with broken stalagmite and placed in concentric circles, the structure brought light to the fact that these were made by humans. The experts, with the help of some exceptional techniques, find out that Neanderthals made these structures around 175,000 years ago. This fact contributes to the uniqueness and the speciality of these circles, as they were one of the oldest things made by mankind. Cave dragon encounter. The journey of two young men took a surprising twist when they ventured deep into a cave in Mexico. What they encountered was something unexpected, possibly something no one was ever meant to see. Right in front of them was a strange dragon-like creature, without wings, slowly crawling across the cave floor, leaving them in stunned silence. This being resembled the legendary cave worms, often spoken of in ancient tales, but these creatures had only ever existed in stories, never seen in the real world. News of this strange sighting left many people shocked, although some people quickly labeled it as nothing more than a CGI. Was it really a dragon? Or could it be something even more unusual? What do you think? Bony Cave. Who says you can only find strange animals and treasures in caves? One man discovered something unusual deep inside a cave. Bones that were around 500 to 1,000 years old, stacked neatly in an organized manner. It looked as if someone had carefully collected and arranged them. Were they part of an ancient tradition, or did they serve another reason? The neat arrangement suggested there was some meaning behind it. This discovery raised many questions. What had happened in this cave, and why were the bones treated so carefully?
What are they, little kids? I don't think it's a kid, sir. Adult.
Abandoned cave. Inside the abandoned cave, the air felt old, as if no one had been there for many years.
Okay, here's a lower adit at the Victorine mine. I believe this was an older mine.
The walls were damp and covered in thick moss, making the place feel colder. Dim light barely reached the rusted chains hanging from the ceiling, their metal worn down from being forgotten. Most of the chains were still, but one was different. It swayed gently back and forth, as if something unseen had touched it.
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there.
The soft creaking sound echoed quietly through the cave, adding to the strange silence. It made one wonder, what had the chains been for? And could something be living there now, hidden in the shadows? Man in cave. While a group of researchers was working in the mountains, they noticed a cave in the distance. Curiosity led them to explore, but what they found inside left them in shock. A small humanoid creature emerged from the cave. The creature looked straight at the men before going back into the darkness. It had a glowing head that reminded them of a character from the popular game Among Us. The big question was it truly an alien or just an imposter? If it was an imposter, they better kick him out. Demon encounter. I bet this man never imagined that, while exploring a dimly lit cave, he would come across a strange, blackened creature.
عمي خذها خذها أنا مش سامعك.
It stood silently in the shadows, almost as if it had been waiting for him all along. He was sure it was a mountain demon. In a panic, the man began to sprinkle something on the creature, which looked like salt, all the while mumbling under his breath.
عمي خذها خذها أنا مش سامعك.
It seemed like a strange way to keep it away, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Yet his curiosity got the better of him, and he felt the need to reach out and touch the mountain demon. But thankfully, he soon left the cave when he knew things could take an even stranger turn. Yes, he left the demonic creature in the cave. Goatman. While exploring another cave, a group of adventurers found a creature known as the Goat Man. This large, goat-like figure stood out because of its strong body, covered in rough, dark fur. The most noticeable feature was the two big horns on its head that curved backward. The creature's eyes had an unusual glow, watching the explorers with a mix of curiosity and caution. It seemed to be deciding whether to approach or keep its distance. The sight of this strange creature left the adventurers surprised and unsure about what they had discovered. They wondered what it was and what this encounter meant for their exploration. Cave Xenomorph. Exploring can sometimes lead to surprising moments, as shown in this video. While walking through a thick forest, a man found a cave-like structure and decided to check it out. Inside, he saw a strange humanoid figure crawling toward him in an odd way. It looked like he had entered the creature's territory, which might have caused its strange behavior. The true nature of the creature is still a mystery, leaving many people to wonder about it. If you ask me, it looked like something straight out of a science fiction movie, almost like a real-life xenomorph. Ice Cave Ghost. Deep in the snowy Austrian mountains, a strange video has surfaced, showing what looks like a ghostly figure.
There's someone climbing up the wall. It's an ice man. It's a ghost.
The footage captures a faint, shimmering shape climbing up a frozen wall. The figure moved smoothly, completely ignoring the people watching from below.
Do you see that? Oh my god.
Thinking of it to be a cave ghost, the onlookers felt a bit scared by what they saw. Now the big question is, could this be a real paranormal encounter? Or is it just an illusion created by the light? Let me know what you guys think. Mysterious carvings in cave. Hidden beneath Tulaker Abbey in Wales is a mysterious place called the Secret Grotto, which goes back to the 1600s. This underground chamber has a strange and spooky feeling, surrounded by mystery.
A table?
They're for the table, isn't it?
I think
This was well done.
Its walls are covered in creepy carvings, including one that shows a picture of a skull.
a girl's hair, and then underneath a skeleton.
There.
Oh shit! Yeah.
When people visit this grotto, they can sense its dark history and the unsettling art on the walls. It feels like time has stopped there, leaving behind a feeling of the past.
The seat was inside a skull. That was the mouth of the skull.
Each carving tells a story, making visitors wonder about the lives of those who might have been there long ago. Crawling bat. Who knew vampire bats could be so unsettling? These creatures at the North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro, NC, are quite a sight.
Oh my gosh.
With their dark, leathery wings and sharp fangs, they definitely fit their name. Watching them move around, it's easy to see why they have such a spooky reputation. But this particular one seemed a little too creepy, the way it crawled on the ground. Could it be a real vampire, or something even deeper? Treasure in cave. During a cave treasure hunt, a group of explorers found something truly amazing. While digging, they came across a treasure hidden deep underground for millions of years. As they carefully dug through layers of dirt and rock, they uncovered a collection of ancient items and valuable treasures. They found beautifully made jewelry and old relics, giving clues about a lost civilization and a time long forgotten. What made it even more incredible was that everything was still in perfect condition, untouched by time. The explorers were amazed, thinking about the people who once made and used these treasures. Hiker rescued. 2 hikers got into trouble on a Tuesday afternoon when they became stranded in the Bias Canyon area of Weber County, Utah. Realizing they had wandered off the trail and needed help, they made the smart choice to call for assistance instead of trying to find their way back on their own.
Got into a situation where they realized they needed help.
Search and rescue volunteers quickly went out to find them.
2, 1. the ground.
Weber County's search and rescue team also used a drone to help locate the hikers.
Deep banks with deep snow and ice, and they didn't feel comfortable trying to get back to the trail, so they called 911.
Within just 15 minutes of taking off, the drone spotted the 2 hikers along the mountainside. This quick action allowed the team to assist the hikers and ensure they would be safe again soon. Sound of a demon. This discovery under the depths of Euphrates will give you shivers and maybe countless sleepless nights. These men, while exploring the dried-up Euphrates River, heard the growling of something strange that was definitely not a human. Listening to the recordings, some believed that these were the cries of the demon. Some admitted to hearing the moving sounds of chains underground. This led people to have a stronger faith in the prophecies of the Euphrates. Could they be the growls of an actual hidden demon or a chained angel? Secret bunkers. During World War II, high in the Swiss Alps, a secret bunker was built as part of Switzerland's plan to defend itself. In case Germany invaded, the Swiss created tunnels and defense systems that blended perfectly with the mountains. These hidden bunkers and tunnels were designed to look like part of the natural landscape, making them hard for the enemy to spot. The goal was to protect the country without being noticed. Even today, these secret bunkers still exist, showing how smart Switzerland was in preparing during such a dangerous time. Mysterious cave hole. While driving near a mountain, a group of friends noticed something unusual in the distance. A strange, perfectly shaped cave hole. It stood out against the rocky landscape. The sight left them curious, as if the cave had some hidden purpose. As they drove closer, questions began to fill their minds. Could this cave be part of some secret mission? Was it an alien hideout? Or perhaps something the government didn't want people to know about? The mystery of the cave kept them wondering as they continued on their way, unsure of what they had really seen. Hell discovered. These men had a strange and creepy encounter while exploring some mines. Everything was going fine until they heard strange screams coming from deep inside, and sand started falling from the ceiling. They quickly ran back to safety, but it made them wonder if they had just heard something like the sounds of hell, or if it was the screams of something evil. The experience left them feeling uneasy and made them question what those strange noises really were. Giant footprint.
Ancient footprint, a giant footprint about 4 feet high in rough granite.
The man saw the giant footprint, 1.2 meters long, pressed into the granite. Some thought a giant made it, but he believed it was just erosion, like other natural shapes in rocks. Granite melts at high temperatures, so maybe an ancient giant had got his feet stuck and it left a print.
You know when there's the big toe and the other 4 toes down to the small toe.
Despite his doubts, the footprint caught everyone's attention. For a moment, the man wondered if it could be more than just a natural shape.
For everyone to really appreciate this is spectacular bit of human history. There were giants on Earth.
Satan's Cave. A group of men set out to explore a deep tunnel, one that had long been rumored to lead to a secret place known as Satan's Cave. As they made their way inside, the tunnels became narrower, leading them to even deeper passages. The further they went, the darker and more confined it became. Eventually, they spotted something strange. Faces carved into the stone walls. The expressions on the faces were unsettling, and alongside them were strange writings that didn't make much sense to the men. It was at that moment they began to understand why the place had earned the name Satan's Cave. Lobster in Cave. A YouTuber began his journey to explore underwater wildlife in some deep caves. As he swam further inside, he came across something surprising: a giant lobster. It was bigger than he expected, and he became focused on trying to catch it. In his excitement, he didn't realize how far he had gone into the cave. The tunnels all looked the same, and he couldn't remember the way he had come. For a time, he wandered through the dark passages, searching for the exit. But eventually, he spotted the familiar path and quickly made his way out. He was relieved to finally escape the cave and return to safety. Skulls in Cave.
Stumbled across on a cliff.
A group of explorers were searching for treasure in caves when they came across something unusual. Some human skulls placed together on the ground.
See what's in there.
Looking like they had been there for a while. One of the men recorded the scene and shared the video online. The video got attention, and people had mixed reactions. Some thought the skulls belonged to ancient people who might have lived in the caves, while others believed it was just a prank to keep visitors away.
There's 4 skulls, Mum. Oh my God, I've just seen some.
In the end, no one could say for sure what the skulls were, leaving the question open. Mummy Cave Ruin. In Arizona, Canyon de Chelly National Monument protects the ancient ruins of local tribes that lived there for the past 5,000 years. This includes the ancestral Puebloans, who built the old village seen in the pictures, and the Navajo, who arrived around 1700. The canyon was shaped by nature, with wind and water carving the land over time. Today, the Navajo people own and manage the canyon along with the National Park Service. Some Navajo families still live in the canyon, keeping their traditions alive in one of the oldest lived-in places in North America. Their connection to the land helps preserve both the history and the culture of this special place. Giant footprint in cave. While exploring a cave, a family found something strange on the ground. A large footprint. It was much bigger than a normal footprint, and they were curious about what it could be. Some people believed it was the footprint of an ancient giant, while others thought it was just a piece of art carved into the cave. As more people heard about it, they came to see the footprint themselves. Everyone had different ideas about what it was, but no one knew for sure. Some thought it was from ancient times, while others saw it as just a creative design. In the end, nobody could say exactly what the footprint was, leaving it a mystery. One-eyed statue. While examining a cave in Mexico, experts discovered the remains of a prehistoric giant. This giant was unique, having only one eye, and it may be connected to ancient legends of giants. It could even relate to the giants seen in historical statues. The Solitude Caves are known for their strange creatures and ancient artifacts, all surrounded by mystery. The most intriguing part of this discovery is the one-eyed giant. How did it lose its eye? These giants have long been linked to unexplained events, sparking curiosity among people. Many wonder if these caves are truly hiding giant creatures. Grave with stork beaks. The discovery of a cave in Siberia takes us back to uncover the secrets of an ancient shaman. In 2018, 2 unusual graves were found in Siberia, sparking curiosity about the city's mysteries. The graves contained bones shaped like a bird, leading some to believe they belonged to birdmen. However, researchers revealed surprising truths. These graves were not for mythical creatures, but for a shaman from 5,000 years ago. Next to the grave, 50 bird beaks were carefully placed, which were part of a ritual costume. This discovery provided important evidence of the spiritual practices of that time. Skull cups. Some archaeologists from England, while discovering this spooky giant cave in Somerset, came across something that disturbed them for countless days. These captivating yet grim 14,700 years old, carefully crafted skull cups adapted from ancient human remains left many in shock. They were said to be intentionally modified and meticulously processed. The edgy surface was all rounded off into smooth cups. Researchers found that these were human skulls that were probably used as a tool. The people of that time were surely dexterous. hibernating bear. This construction crew had no idea what they were about to disturb with their machinery. A massive grizzly bear. Standing an impressive 10 feet tall on its hind legs, the bear came out of its den in a state of angry confusion. It was not pleased to be disturbed during its hibernation. The bear's incredible size and deep growls showcased the raw strength of wildlife and the vital importance of respecting their natural habitats, especially during their vulnerable hibernation periods, as highlighted by this unfortunate incident. Old treasure. When archaeologists began digging in Italy's Guattari cave, they didn't expect to find something so important. This was the same place where a Neanderthal skull was discovered in 1939. As they carefully dug in the cave, they found remains that could tell them more about the environment where life in Italy started. The team felt excitement as they realized how significant their findings were. This discovery was not just important for Italy, it could change how people understand Neanderthals and their surroundings. Experts agreed it was an amazing find that would be talked about all over the world. It could help researchers learn more about Neanderthal man and the early history of life in the region. Mysterious cave.
So there's this wood beam here, and then there's a cave.
While exploring near an ancient site, a man found a strange hole that looked like it led to a hidden cave. He noticed a wooden beam nearby, as if someone had used it to get into the cave.
Thought it might open up a little more, but still pretty cool. This is kind of like...
The hole was very narrow, making it almost impossible for a normal person to fit through. This made him wonder who or what could have made it. Could it be the work of something unusual?
So there's this wood beam here. Thought it might open up a little more, but still pretty cool.
Complex cave structure. There was an old story about a stone house near a hidden cave, though its location was lost over time. After years of searching, only a small part of the house was found, hidden behind thick bushes. Driven by curiosity, a group of conservationists decided to explore further. During their search, they came across an entrance to a cave that turned out to be much larger than expected. Inside the cave, they discovered ancient symbols, likely from the Varangian people, etched into the walls. This unexpected find, located in the heart of Kyiv, surprised everyone involved. What began as a simple search based on an old tale had uncovered a piece of forgotten history, bringing new interest from both experts and the public. Dragon in hole. While exploring a cave, a man found something strange at the bottom of a deep shaft. Buried under dirt and rocks, he uncovered what looked like a dragon's head. The shape reminded him of the dragons from old legends. It raised many questions and sparked curiosity, leaving people wondering whether it could be real or simply another mystery to explore further. If it was real, how did it end up inside the cave? People called it an ancient dragon who lived his last days hidden in a cave, and years later his skull was discovered. Creepy face. While walking past a cave, a man noticed something unusual inside. He saw what looked like a face formed in the rock. Curious, he stepped closer to examine it. The more he looked, the stranger it appeared, with details that seemed too precise for a natural formation. He wondered if this face was simply shaped by nature over time, or if there was something more to it. It seemed almost too perfect to be natural, raising questions in his mind. As he continued on his way, he couldn't help but think about what he had seen. Was it just a coincidence? Or did it have a deeper meaning? Freemasonry. This man went to discover an abandoned cave, but what he came across was probably something he didn't imagine. Inside the cave was a huge group of small shoes that were placed in one area, almost as if it had some deeper meaning.
I think these are old shoes. not gonna touch them.
And that's not all. There were a few bones scattered around. They seemed to be animal bones, but the presence of the shoes was strange. Well, they could be animal bones, but what about the shoes? Because I'm pretty sure animals don't wear shoes.
I think these are old shoes. See the bones.
Strange being. While filming a vlog inside a cave, this man came across a strange creature that didn't seem happy with him being there. The creature looked at him with glowing eyes, which caught him by surprise. Feeling uneasy, he quickly decided to head back to safety. The encounter left him with many questions. What kind of creature could it be? Was it a known animal or something unusual? As he reviewed the footage later, he wondered if he would ever return to that cave. And now, let's move on to our subscriber's pick. Beatrice Flamini, a 50-year-old climber from Madrid, recently completed an incredible journey. After spending 500 days alone in a cave in southern Spain, she emerged into the light after being 230 feet underground. During her time in isolation, she had no contact with the outside world. When she finally stepped out of the cave, her supporters were there to greet her, excited to share that she had finished the challenge she started on November 21st, 2021. Beatrice described her experience as excellent and unbeatable, revealing how much she appreciated her time in solitude. Her remarkable journey has sparked curiosity, leaving many eager to learn about the insights she gained during her long stay underground. And with that, see you next time.